Hey everybody, it's the Review Revolution, back at you again, taking a look at the, let's see, third to last installment to the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Modok series. And today we're looking at Moon Knight. Moon Knight, the closest I think that you'll find from Marvel to the Batman. And in that case, I think that's where the biggest disappointment from Moon Knight comes from. I followed the character for a long time. Mark Spector is a very, very cool character to me. I thought he just looked awesome and had a lot of promise. But he's gone through so many titles, his own titles. They were all fairly short run. I think the longest one was like maybe 2-3 years, maybe. And again, it's a shame because of all the characters who really, are just sort of B-listers. They don't really get their own titles. Moon Knight is one I think has got a very strong following and certainly deserves to find his niche and find a place. But enough of that. We've got Moon Knight in his pack, which is the standard, clamshell for Toy Biz. It's got the diorama with 32-page comic, and he comes with 42 points of articulation. Sweet. On the back, we see that there is the Moon Knight, which we're doing now, Captain Marvel, Iron Man, Wasp, Beta Ray Bill, and that'll only leave Spider-Woman at the end. Well, Spider-Woman and, of course, Modok. Taking a look, picture of Moon Knight looking kind of ghostly there. Be sure to pause for his stats as you like. And it says, wounded in battle, mercenary for hire Mark Spector was mystically restored to serve as the Moon Knight of Vengeance. Using his skill to wage war on crime, Moon Knight's natural ability in combat are enhanced by the light of the moon, granting him superhuman strength, speed, and agility. Employing an array of sophisticated weaponry and specialized vehicles, Moon Knight prowls the city searching for the one thing the night demands of him: justice. So that's Batman. Oh, Moon Knight. Yeah. Actually, I don't know if there's ever been the crossover, but when I read that and I go back and look at some of the old Moon Knight issues, I think the kind of the spirit of vengeance. Yeah, I think that Moon Knight definitely needs to have a good crossover with Ghost Rider. But that's just a look at him in the pack. We'll take a moment, get him open, have some fun. So be right back. Alrighty, everybody. Welcome back. As I mentioned before, I am a Moon Knight fan. As a character, he's really cool. As a figure, he's okay. The biggest complaint I have about him, it's all in one thing. The biggest complaint I have, thing that really is the biggest drawback, it's all in the cloak. It's all in the cape and cloak that he has, the hood and the cape. For the most part, he's just a base body, like most spandex heroes are. He's kind of a base body, has this kind of nice metallic gray on him, which is pretty good. The white is a nice white. It almost has a luminescent kind of feel to it. It's actually really, really nice. I do like it. I like the details on the gloves. It's and the boots as well. I like those kind of things. I like the fact that you can see some of the sew patterns on the boots and on the back of the hand. He's as far as the base of the figure goes, it's actually pretty nice. I really do like it. The problem comes in with his cape and his hood. First off, the way it's painted, it is a white piece of plastic with black paint on the inside. A few spots left exposed. I'm assuming for highlight purposes. I hate to think they just left it for highlight purposes, I'm guessing. But on the back, there's this black wash over it, and it really makes it look dirty. Just dingy and dirty, and not at all as vibrant as I think he should be. You can see in the comic over here in the corner, the cloak has kind of this silvery, bluish kind of color to it, and I really think that's the kind of thing they should have put into this. Really give him kind of this moonlight kind of highlights. Instead, we get kind of this black painted, dingy, dirty kind of color or kind of appearance. On the back, can't avoid it. He's got the peg for the flight base. He doesn't fly. I don't think I remember Moon Knight flying. That's why he has his plane. The cloak also doesn't come off. Unlike, say, Black Panther, that actually has like a little peg that lets it come off. This, maybe, well, let me see. It does. It's tight. It may, a little heating, and it probably would pop off. It would probably come off. But with it on, even though the head is on a ball hinge, the mask the hood just gets in the way. You can't really turn the head. I really think this is a situation where I think if the head if the head was part of the hood, if this was sculpted one piece and then the cape was just a separate, softer plastic, it probably would have turned out a lot better. Such as it is, they just went ahead and took kind of a neutral body, gave it a few sculpting extras, and then threw on this cloak. And if you just have him pose somehow, it's not so bad. It's not too bad. But yeah, you really can't pose the head, and it does tend to be a little unruly to work with. In the way of his articulation, he's got kind of the crunch on the upper torso right there, kind of the shoulder crunch. The arms come up, out, twist, and actually they come out more because of this than the actual joint. Twist to the bicep, double joint at the wrist, or the elbow, twist to the glove. There's a hinge on the elbow, which is a little bit easier on this one actually. The other one's a little tight. And the fingers are individually articulated. He has a crunch at the midsection, twist at the waist, leg comes up, out, twist the thigh, double joint the knee, boot, ankle, and toe. So as I said, kind of a neutral body, nothing too unusual or nothing to write home about really. On his hands, most Marvel Legend figures that come with accessories or weapons have like a peg in the hand so they can be pegged in. Not so with Moon Knight. You really just have to kind of put his nunchucks in and just sort of wrap the hand around and hope that he gets a good grip on it. So it looks cool, but yeah, it may kind of fall apart a bit on you. Yeah, and I'll get that later. When not being used, he does actually have a nifty little loop on the back of the belt that you can use to store the nunchucks, like so. And he comes with a staff, which is a very slender piece of plastic, and came out of the packaging very, very warped. I'm sure that that'll take a little heating with a hairdryer or some boiling water to straighten out. But that's him all decked out with his accessories. He comes with his diorama, kind of the backdrop to his base. The Marvel Legends team-up issue with Spider-Man. Yet another appearance of him just sort of popping up. And lastly, the left arm of Modok. So wrapping him up soon. Overall, again, I like Moon Knight. I think he's not a bad figure. I think as far as displaying with the other Marvel Legends, he'll fit in pretty nicely. Again, I like the gray. I'd like to see what his variant looks like. I haven't seen it in person. You know, if the trend follows, I'd probably like it better than the official. But so far, I do like this one. I would say he's certainly worth 4. 4 out of 5. Hope you enjoy watching. Stay tuned. We're going to go ahead and finish up Modok here pretty soon. But for now, this is the Review Revolution saying rate, comment, subscribe, join the revolution, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.